I know that not everyone has been watching the European Championships, but I did find it interesting that yesterday was one of those rare, big-time, marquee matchups featuring two actually prominent and decorated soccer nations, Italy and Spain. Italy obviously beat Spain in penalties yesterday, 1-1, 4-2 in the penalty shootout. But you look at Italy and Spain, two countries that are known for their soccer culture, among other things, but especially their soccer culture. In Italy in particular, they've only won one European championship that came in 1968. But this is a nation that's won the World Cup 4 times. They have advanced past the group stage at the European Championship 7 times. And you look at their last 3 European championships. They made it to the quarterfinals. They finished as the runner-ups, and they made it to the quarterfinals. And now they're in the finals again. So Italy, only one time, again, they've won the European Championship, but they're 21-17-6 all time. They're 3-2-2 versus Spain all time. In fact, they just beat Spain in the last European Championship 2-0 in 2016. And entering this game and this match, Italy had won 32 consecutive international matches. Think about the consistency you have to sustain to reach that to reach that milestone, to reach that mark. So you've got Italy on one side, and you've got Spain, who's won the European Championship 3 times, back-to-back in 2008 and 2012. They obviously won also in 1964. Spain won the World Cup in 2010. And in their European Championship career, they're 21-15-10 all time. And you've got these two powerhouses in the semifinals with a chance to reach the finals. Between these two countries, they've won a combined 4 European Championships and 5 World Cups. That's remarkable. This was their 7th meeting in the European Championship, which is the most all-time of any two nations. They've epitomized and embodied consistency year in and year out. You had the Xavi days with Barcelona. You had the Andre Pirlo days with Italy. You can go down the list, but soccer is one of the few sports where stats don't matter. Because at the end of the day, the game can change in a matter of 30 seconds. You can be dominating a team in every single statistical category. Dominate possession, dominate corner kicks, dominate shots on goal, shots on target, number of completed passes, fewer offsides penalties. You can dominate all the statistics, but what it comes down to is, can you capitalize when you've got opportunities to score? Because all you need, it's not about just the stats. It's about, can you convert when you've got opportunities to score? And this game, this isn't like football or basketball where it doesn't just come down to one quarter or one final possession. You have to play an entire game. Baseball is not just one inning. You got to play all 9 innings. Soccer, you can dominate a game for the entirety, for 88 minutes, and in a blink of an eye, if you blow an opportunity on an attack, the other team can score on a counterattack in a matter of seconds, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. You had Spain that was clearly the more dominant team. They looked the part. They felt the part. They played like the more dominant team. The stats suggested it. They dominated possession, 65%. They possessed the ball. They had the advantage in total corners, 6 to just 1 corner for Italy. Shots on goal, 16 shots for Spain, just 7 for Italy. They had fewer offsides penalties. All the stats were in favor of the Spaniards. And so entering the second half, at the 59th minute, you got Spain starting to penetrate, and they get a good clean shot on goal, and then the goalkeeper, Donnarumma, for Italy, he makes the catch, quickly outlets and rolls it past his defensive back. And next thing you know, Federico Chiesa scores on the other end. Hope I pronounced his name right. Yeah, Chiesa scores on the other end on the counter. So you have an attack opportunity for Spain. They can't convert, even though they've dominated the game from start to finish. And in 30 seconds on the counter, you have a quick outlet up to your forward, and he scores on the other end, and it puts Italy up by 1. And that's how quickly things can change in soccer. That's what makes it so unpredictable. It's not about possession. It's not about opportunities. Can you convert and capitalize on those opportunities? Now, Spain did provide the equalizer. They ran a nice combination play, and they were able to tie it up. But then neither team scored a goal in extra time, and it goes to a penalty shootout. And this is what happens when you go to a penalty shootout. You take away and you remove and omit skill and talent, because at the end of the day, when you get to the penalty kicks, it's not about skill. It's not about talent. It's about, do you have the composure? Do you possess the poise? Can you block out the noise? And from 12 yards away, mano a mano between the penalty kicker and the goalie, can you score from 12 yards out with a cacophony of noise cascading down in your direction? That's all it comes down to at that point. Doesn't matter how you've played the whole game. Doesn't matter how many shots you've had. Doesn't matter the impact that you've had. We saw France losing to Switzerland. The best player, arguably, in the world, Kylian Mbappe, missed a penalty kick. No one's going to argue that Switzerland has any guys better than Kylian Mbappe. They're not more skilled. He just missed a penalty kick. And it can be that's how these scenarios can play out. And so you had both of these teams very timid at first. Both teams missed their first penalty kick, and then Italy pulled away. But you're Spain, you wake up today, you're saying to yourself, we should have won this game. We dominated every facet of the game, but one blown counterattack 30 seconds later, again, that happened in the 59th minute. Spain had their clean shot on goal. By the 60th minute, Italy scored. So that's what makes fascinating, and that's what makes soccer, and in particular this matchup, so interesting, was the fact that you had, just in a matter of moments, the momentum fluctuate and the confidence permeate throughout the entire bench and the entire club. And so now you got Italy, once again, opportunity to win the European Championship for their first time since 1968, to be their second. It could be their second European Championship. They're waiting the winner of England and Denmark, who both of those teams have had tremendous runs this European Championship. So it's extremely interesting.